Shane, from birth to bacon was the line I heard this morning, and I really liked it because I suppose it goes through the whole system. Let's talk about pig farming. We're here on your farm, one of many of the farms, and we're in actually a very unique unit. You might describe where we actually are first for people.
Yeah, so we built this facility in 2014, 2015, and all the sows are loose after they farrow. Okay. So, traditionally the farrowing crate was invented back in the 1960s, was to protect piglets from being lied on, but actually at the time, the idea was that you would open up the crates. It was only for the high risk periods. But, gradually, farmers were able to maximize their production really from farrowing crates. So that's why farrowing crates exist now. But obviously, in recent years, we're getting more and more advances when it comes to pig welfare science. And we know now that this has a negative impact on the sows. So that's why we designed this facility with big Dutchmen who manufacture the whole system here. Okay. And because that's what consumers want. Consumers don't like seeing farrowing crates. It's very hard to explain to a consumer what a farrowing crate is going to be used for and its advantages. So with this system, you're giving the sow better welfare, and you're also protecting the welfare of the pigs because you can open and close the system during the risk period.
But it is a production system, and it would be an intensive production system. Pigs are an intensive production system. So that brings with it the challenges of perceptions and everything like that, isn't it?
Yeah,
doesn't it?
It is.
So talk to me a little bit about where pig farming is now in Ireland, where it's evolving to. Yeah. Just give us a little bit of background around production, the system.
Yeah. Well, we're very proud to say that Irish pork is the most sustainable in Europe. We have the lowest carbon footprint in Europe when it comes to pork. Okay. So we're doing quite well, and we're making a lot of improvements. Every farm is different. One thing at the moment that's happening quite a lot on most farms is that farmers are installing solar panels. Okay. So that's a big impact. Here in particular, we have these unique high energy efficiency fans. Okay. So that's reducing our cost by about half. This room here, it's heated by renewable energies. It's air to water heat system. So these heated pads,
cozy in there,
the heated pads the piglets lie on, that's heated by renewable energy. Okay. So no use of fossil fuels, anything like that. But again, a big focus on sustainability. And like I said, when we talk about sustainability, I like to talk about the 4 Ps: pigs, planet, people, and profit. You need all of them working together to have a sustainable pig farming enterprise.
I met some of your people actually. 4 of your team we met this morning are from Sri Lanka and others from other places. Lovely guys. We were down here with talking about Keith's trial, and really good at what their job of watching them handling the pigs and stuff like that. So that was nice to see. Okay, talk to me about the system, maybe the Irish system in relation to the sow. How many piglets is she producing on average, and how often is she producing that litter in the year? So talk about numbers, I suppose.
Looking at the last figures from Teagasc last year, Teagasc produced the yearly figures each summer. At the moment, she's producing about 14.5 piglets in a litter. Okay. And she's got 2.27 piglets, 2.27 litters a year. Okay, so we're averaging over 30 piglets a year. Yeah.
So it's a lot of piglets go through the system. Talked about time frames from birth here. They're about a week.
These about 10 days old here. Okay. So, like I mentioned to secondary school students, they all know it off by heart. Sow is pregnant for 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. Okay. So that's the very start of it. Yeah. And then about a week before farrowing, they are moved here into the farrowing rooms. It's an all-in, all-out system. So the room is completely empty. When they come in, it's been washed, dried, disinfected. And then we have the crate opened, and then when she's coming close to farrowing, we can see that she's using the shredded paper to kind of make her nest, so we know she's close. Yeah. So then we close the system, and then she gives birth then, and then after a few days we open it out again, because that's when the high risk period of crushing would pass.
So that's when she's lying down on it. Yeah. So obviously from a health perspective then, and at this phase, diarrhea, scour is a risk. That's where Keith's trial proved very, very interesting. Talk about, I suppose, the health of the piglets then. What are the big challenges? Talk through the time frame. We've given birth with piglets here. What's the key time frame to the system for the piglet?
Well, the big thing you're looking at is weaning. So they're going to be weaned after about 30 days. Okay. And it's all about having the gut health right, having the bacteria in the gut absolutely perfect. Okay. So you want to do everything to improve their health and make sure they're ready for weaning, because weaning is a stressful period. They're leaving their mother. They are potentially being mixed in with other litters. They're moving to another house, they're having a change of diet, so very, very stressful. So you want to make sure to minimize the stress as much as you possibly can.
Okay, I see the piglets are actually eating Matthew's camera there, so if the camera is shaking, that's why. Okay, so a big focus on health and a big focus on welfare.
Yeah.
A lot of talk about intensive systems, Shane, as you well know, and you're a vocal advocate for pig farming, as many people know. Where does welfare go in intensive system? How do you keep everybody happy? I'm a happy pork consumer. I like pork.
Yeah.
Come here, I'm happy to see, but it's not everyone's scenario. Where does pork production fit in the future with consumers? And I suppose from your perspective,
the big thing is sustainability. A lot of people concerned about how efficient the product is. Food safety, another really big thing, especially when we're looking at our third markets. China is our number one market for Irish pork. Their number one attribute is food safety. So when they see that we have the likes of our Borbia Quality Assurance Scheme, we have our quarterly antimicrobial usage scheme, all of that stuff, our international market's really, really happy to see that. Welfare is a little bit down on the list of what consumers want.
Yeah.
However, we know as pig farmers that welfare brings improvements to productivity.
Yeah.
Like, it's been
happier, healthier pigs are more productive pigs.
Exactly. So it's over 10 years now since the European Union switched to loose sow housing.
Okay.
Before that, sows used to be confined for the duration of their pregnancy, and there was quite a number of concerns. Yes, we have slightly more lameness in sows that are loose. Okay. However, again, they're happier. The numbers born alive go up, and we can see we do a lot of trials specifically.
The piglets do better because the sow is more content, meaning she's producing more milk.
And again, this is what we're seeing in this system. Better access to her teats. She's happier, she's producing more milk. We also see in this system that there's less damaging behavior from piglets as they go on through their lives. So the likes of your flank biting, ear biting, tail biting, much reduced when piglets are coming out of this system.
Okay. Look, it is very interesting to be honest. I think all food production systems fascinate me, and again, there's a demand for cheap food, and there's a lot of external pressures that I have been, talking to many pig farmers, including yourself, that are there in relation to producing food cheaply. So sometimes you can. It's very hard to manage all these high standards, welfare inputs, and people still want cheap food, don't they?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, well, I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And thanks for having us down here today. Problem. It's great to see. From birth to bacon, to the full system, and how much work gets into it. And I look, what are your 4 Ps within them?
Pigs, planet, people, and profit. You need the 4 of them working together for a sustainable pig farming enterprise.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Shane.
Thanks, Tommy.